Hey, have y'all ever noticed how easy it is to plan something and how much harder it is to actually follow through? Your girl has noticed that because planning, it feels so safe, so secure. Like you feel like I can conquer the world after you get that planner out and you plan some things. It feels organized, it feels like movement, okay? Listen, buy the planner, make the vision board, write the goals, watch the videos, we research the strategy, and for a moment, it feels like progress. But don't get me talking about execution. Don't let us talking about taking action. Taking action. That's a whole different story. Now, execution asks us for something different. It asks you to move even after all of the excitement fades away. Execution asks us to do something after life gets hard, after motivation disappears, after the doubt shows up. And this is where so many of us get stuck. Not because we are incapable, not because we can't, but because somewhere along the way, y'all, we stop trusting ourselves to follow through. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Healing, Hustle, and Home. I'm your girl, Ashley Springs, educator, mentor, sports mom, and your glow bestie. And it's about to get real because in this space, this is where we talk honestly about growth, execution, confidence, visibility, and building a life that actually reflects who you are becoming. But before we go deeper, if this podcast has been helping you in any way, move differently, think differently, or even believe differently about yourself, I want you to make sure that you are following the show. Hit that follow button. Share this episode with someone else who is tired of living in planning mode. And do me a favor, come join us inside the Becoming House community, especially in our Refocus Lab and in our Rise Room, y'all. Because this is where we stop just dreaming and we finally start moving. Because we got places to go, we got things to do, we got dreams to reach. So anyway, today, we're talking about execution. We're talking about the actual doing, not just the planning, not just the thinking. We're talking about getting some stuff done. I'm not talking about motivation. I'm not talking about inspiration. I'm talking about execution. Because a lot of us women, a lot of us moms, we are carrying the unfinished versions of ourselves. Y'all ever see like the unfinished furniture stores? Or you go into like Michael's and you see all the little crafts and they're not painted yet. Or, the things that are not put together. Unfinished versions of ourselves. That's what we're carrying. We've got ideas that were never started, goals we never completed. We keep talking about them, we keep writing them down, but we never do anything about it. Dreams that we've convinced ourselves were too late, wrong. And over time, y'all, that creates something deeper than disappointment. It creates distrust in ourselves, distrust in yourself. And when you start trusting yourself, just raise your hand. I know you might be by yourself. Just raise your hand for a minute and just say, you know what? I have stopped trusting myself somewhere along the way. I think this part matters more than people realize because every time you constantly start and stop, Start and stop, start and stop. Every time you make promises to yourself that you don't follow through, and I'm not just saying you, I'm saying we don't follow through on, every time we abandon goals, the second things get uncomfortable, the moment you slowly stop trusting yourself. Yep. It looks like us getting excited about our new ideas, especially the beginning of the year when we're just getting together with our girlfriends. We got our vision boards, or even around our birthdays, we have these new ideas. Everything's fresh, right? Or we start a new job, anything new, right? We get these new ideas. We get all excited about them. We attend the new training. We get inspired, but never really sustaining them, never really finishing them. It looks like us planning more than doing, planning more than executing, waiting for the perfect time. Well, let me ask you, when was the last time you actually found the perfect time to do something? Because I haven't found it yet. I have not found the perfect time. And even when I think something want to be the perfect time, it ain't. Something comes up. Somebody needs something. Somebody needs to go somewhere. Never a perfect time. It looks like us feeling overwhelmed before we even begin. Quietly assuming you probably won't follow through anyway. So why bother? Y'all don't hear me. I want you to really hear me when I say this, though. Execution is not about productivity. It's about rebuilding self-trust. It's not about me. It's about you trusting yourself. Because every completed action teaches your brain, I can rely on myself. I can. Even small actions, especially small actions. It doesn't take something huge, something dramatic for you to start trusting yourself again. Start small, girl. So now let's get deeper. Because procrastination it's not always about laziness, right? Sometimes it's about protection. Procrastination is sometimes about protection. Procrastination could look like us over planning because planning feels safer than failing. I definitely am guilty of that. It can look like us researching endlessly so that we don't have to actually begin. Tweaking things forever because perfection feels safer than vulnerability. It can look like us staying busy instead of being intentional. Y'all don't hear me. I told you this is where we get honest. Execution creates exposure. Once you actually try, you risk disappointment. You risk judgment, failure. But I want you to hear this clearly, though. Avoiding execution does not protect your confidence, though. It actually drains it slowly. It's like having a leak in your pipes. It slowly drains because every time you abandon yourself, you lose a little more belief in yourself. And so your belief in yourself weakens a little more over time until it's so low that it doesn't even exist. So what does the execution look like in real life? Like, especially as a busy mom, because I'm a realist, I'm a woman, but I'm also a mom and I'm also a busy mom, right? I think most people imagine execution as these dramatic, huge leaps, and it doesn't have to be. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. But honestly, real execution, it often looks quiet. It could look like posting the content even while doubting yourself. It could look like sending the email that you've been overthinking. For me, it could look like answering a phone call that I've been avoiding, or making the phone call that I've been avoiding. It could look like working for 20 minutes after the kids go to bed, or getting up an hour earlier before they wake up. If you're a morning person or a night person, do what works for you. It could look like finishing something imperfectly instead of endlessly improving it. Oh my goodness, that was me. I would tweak something and tweak something and tweak something, and next thing you know, a whole month has gone by and I still haven't released it. I'm not doing that anymore. I don't do that anymore. I just get it done. Final. It could look like following through even when nobody is clapping. Wait for this word. Here's this word. Yet. Yet. All right. And I really want you to hear this part. Execution is usually boring before it becomes transformational. And that's the part nobody talks about enough. A lot of people don't just blow up immediately, right? We don't get the immediate end result that we're looking for right away. It takes time. Sometimes it's boring. Sometimes it's lonely in the middle. And sometimes we have a lot of growth and learning to do in the middle before the transformation truly happens. And that's the part we don't talk about. Most goals, they are not built in huge breakthrough moments. But they're not built at all if we don't do anything. But they are built in ordinary, repeated decisions, even the small ones. Think about look at a brick home. Look at the brick buildings. It's just repeated small pieces stacked on top one another until they create an extraordinary end result. I want you to pause with me for a second and think about this and be honest with yourself. It's not about me, it's about you. Where in your life have you become more committed to planning than actually moving? Where? Are there areas that you spend so much time thinking about it, talking about it, reading about it, learning more about it than actually doing something about it? And underneath of that, right, what are you afraid might happen if you fully try? Because sometimes the issue is not capability. Sometimes it's fear. It's fear of failing. I'm in that space right now. It's fear of succeeding. It's fear of being visible. It's fear of outgrowing old versions of yourself. But staying stuck has a cost too. And this is really, really sitting heavy with me because I am in this space and in this time of transition where I have to execute. I have to do something. And if I stay in a space of planning and not doing, what could it cost me? And I want you to ask yourself that. If I stay there, what could it cost you? Sometimes we have to move even when we are afraid. What does that actually look like though, Ashley? Well, first of all, it means like stop waiting for emotional certainty before taking action, because truth be told, we may not ever be not afraid. We may not ever feel emotionally confident or secure at first until we actually do it, because action creates that clarity more often than overthinking it does. That's the first thing. Secondly, we have to make our goals smaller and more executable. We go big or go home, and we can't do that, right? Yes, we have these overall big plans, yes, but let's break those big goals, those big dreams down into smaller, more executable actions where we can actually start to build and feel more successful along the way. This is where so many women sabotage themselves, right? We create goals that only work in perfect conditions. We're not perfect. Our conditions will never be perfect. We just have to create small, actionable, sustainable steps that require flexibility and understand that we need to be flexible because we're human. This is our real life that we're building within. We have to create realistic timelines, break our big goals into smaller actions, measure movement instead of perfection, focusing on completion instead of over polishing, over perfecting anything, right? And then we have to build evidence that you follow through, right? This matters deeply. It goes back to that self-trust, not anybody else, self, because self-trust is built through the proof, small proof, repeated proof. Every time you complete something, that's proof. You strengthen your execution identity. So no, you don't need another planner to change your life. Of course, you could always get my Hustle and Flow planner because it will help you change your life, but you don't need another planner to change your life. You need stronger follow through. You need healthier relationship with discomfort. And you need to stop believing that imperfect doesn't count, because imperfect action does actually count, because execution is what transforms ideas into reality. Not dreaming about it. It starts with a dream. It starts with our vision, but it doesn't stop there, right? Execution is what transforms your ideas into reality. Not just dreaming, not just planning, not just consuming. We're talking about moving, even when it's imperfect movement. So as we close out this Rise series, y'all, I want to leave you with this. Your future is not built by the goals that you write down. It's built by the actions that you repeat. And I know life is busy. Trust me, every minute of the day is usually filled with something. I know that you're carrying a lot. I know some days you doubt yourself repeatedly, deeply. But I also know this: you are more than capable than the version of yourself that keeps hesitating. And the woman that you're becoming, she is built through execution. One decision, one follow through moment, one brave and perfect action at a time. So this week, stop asking, what if I fail? And start asking, what could change if I finally trusted myself enough to move? Because friend, your next level is not waiting on another plan. It's waiting on your willingness to begin. So let's do it. I'm Ashley Springs, your Glow Up bestie, and I'll see you here next week.